Time for the news. That's right. Time for the news, baby. Let's do this. Hello, people. This is KP again, and I'm back with a couple of new topics. Trying to cue up my theme music there. All right. As you all know, it's been a lot of issues going on in the country here lately, and the topic I'm talking about today is pertaining to Jim Crow. These Jim Crow issues that are going on when you have people that are calling the cops on black people and calling 911 saying, you know, it's a disturbance going on over here. Hurry up, get over here. And when the cops show up, it's like a black kid trying to sell some water, like in Frisco. You know, some black kids having a pool party. The cops show up in force trying to basically harass little kids having a pool party. This latest situation that just happened over the weekend, where you had some kids that were held at gunpoint that were just selling some things. They were trying to get some things done. They're playing on the football team and they're trying to get some things done. I'm gonna go back to that one, but the one that happened last year, it was a kid. Now I'm gonna lay down exactly what happened, and then I'll take it from there. It was a kid that went into a store in Florida, and this happened last year. And you know what he did was definitely wrong. He went in the store and stole a can of beer that was supposed to have been worth $2. He stole this can of beer and he ran out the store with the beer. Now the guy behind the counter grabbed his gun, went outside the store. The kid was running away from the store, and he shot the kid in the back 3 times. The kid died. And when I first heard about this, I was thinking, I said, wow, this is Latasha Harlins all over again. Latasha Harlins was a little girl in LA that got killed by a Korean lady that was supposedly had been taking a bottle of orange juice, but the girl never left the store. She never left out the store with the orange juice. She put the orange juice on the counter, and the Korean lady pulled out a gun and shot her and killed her. This happened right around the same time as the Rodney King incident, and I think it was also one of the reasons that when the riots happened after the Rodney King verdict, that this was also part of the tension that made that whole riot happen back in '92. Anyway, the case. Fast forward, the case was just finished a few days ago, and the worker that was at the store was found guilty of murder and for shooting a kid in the back, and he's going to be sentenced this Thursday coming up. So today is the 18th, August 18th. So he'll be sentenced on, what day is that? On the 22nd of August. So I'm gonna come back to that on the 22nd, and I want to see what the verdict is going to be, and then I'll come back and talk on that subject. So the third incident that I want to talk about was a terrorist plot that was stopped this past weekend, just matter of fact yesterday, in Ohio, that pertaining to a 20-year-old terrorist that decided it was his job to just shoot people. Anyway, back to the woman that I was talking about from the beginning. Now this lady that was in Arkansas, Wynne, Arkansas. I'm gonna read the story straight off the prompter. Said 4 Arkansas teens were going door to door to raise money for their high school football team when a woman held them at gunpoint. The 10th grade boys, who are all black and who were not identified because of their ages, were selling discount cards for restaurants and stores in Wynne, Arkansas on August 7th. Jerry Kelly, which was the lady with the gun, called 911, and she claimed she was a former law enforcement officer and the wife of a county jail administrator, stopped them in front of her home with the gun. So now she held them at gunpoint and then called 911, and her words, her words in quote, she stated there was suspicious persons, and in a later statement said, all males are African American, and I know that the residents of the house that they had just went to were all white. So, which actually makes no difference. It makes no difference whether the people whose house the kids were in front of were white or black. But anyway, when they came to approach her home, walking up the driveway and standing in her yard, Kelly picked up a revolver and came out and asked what they were doing. Even though they said they weren't stealing, Kelly told police she instructed them to get on the ground. One boy told officers that he thought it was a joke until Kelly said, "Get on the fucking ground and spread your legs," the police report says. When they were on the ground, the boys said in their statement she told them she would shoot if they moved. She asked whether they knew who she was and whose house it was. When the boys tried to explain what they were doing, they told police she accused them of lying. "I thought she was going to shoot me in the head," how she was acting, one of the boys said in the statement. The officers arrived. They found the four boys lying face down on the ground with their hands behind their backs, and Kelly standing about 10 feet from them with the gun drawn, according to the police report. One of the officers, who was also a school resource officer, recognized the boys and explained the situation to Kelly. They were allowed to stand up and the situation was diffused. Kelly was arrested. She was arrested and for doing what she did, because basically what she was doing, as far as the law goes in other states, would be kidnapping. By anytime you hold anybody hostage for any reasonable length of time, is considered kidnapping. But the charges that she was charged with, she was arrested and charged with 4 counts of aggravated assault, aggravated assault, and first-degree false imprisonment, both felonies, as well as 4 counts of endangering the welfare of a minor in the second degree. So this is the extreme situation, and the cops, when they got there, it was a good thing one of those cops knew the kids, because it could have went in a whole different direction if one of those kids, the kids hadn't been identified by one of the cops that was a volunteer at the school. And it's been too many cases of white people going crazy with guns and pulling guns on people and the whole 9 yards, shooting people in mass droves. So we really have to be aware. I mean, these are innocent kids doing something. So now the school is stating that they're reviewing their thing about sending kids out going door to door. At this present time, they have suspended anything pertaining to kids going door to door doing any kind of fundraisers, which I was never a part of, as far as like allowing my kids to go door to door to sell stuff. Like when the school talk about sending stuff home, I take it back or make the kids take it back. But take it back to the school and let the school sell it. It's not your job. Your job is to go to school to learn, so you don't have to go through this kind of madness. Now, those kids' lives were spared. Just think if the lady would have freaked out and just started shooting, and that's 4 kids that would have been dead, unarmed kids that would have been dead, and then you have somebody coming on TV apologizing, talking about, oh, it was a mistake and she didn't mean to do it, but that would be 4 lives gone. So that's hypothetical. But uh, we all know what happened. What happened on the East Coast when the little crazy kid with the gun was in the church and actually prayed with people and then turned around and pulled out a gun and started shooting and killing people. So now we have to watch our kids and keep our eye on our kids to make sure that they're safe. Keep an eye on your kids. So that was the one topic, and then I was talking about the topic with the kid with the $2 beer. That was the third. It was the terrorist plot. It was a terrorist in Ohio that had made a plan, and the idiot went on Instagram and decided it was a smart idea to go on Instagram and brag about what he was getting ready to do, and it was a good thing that it was being monitored, and they were able to stop this terrorist plot from happening. What he planned on doing was going to Youngstown, Ohio, and to shoot up a synagogue, a Jewish synagogue. And so, stuff like that. I'll never understand the mentality of a person that decides the only reason and the only solution that he has for anything is to just pull out his gun and just go crazy and just shoot people. For whatever reason, those people are innocent people. They just minding their own business, going on through life. They don't care about you. They never seen you before. So the society has been worked up into a frenzy here, and the majority of this comes from basically from Washington D.C. When you have people that are saying that the innocent people are the ones that are destroying the country, but you have all this terrorism going on, and that's exactly what it is. This terrorism going on in the country, and you don't say a word. You see it happening. It's happening almost daily now. Terrorists coming out the woodwork and perpetrating crimes against mainly minorities, and the people in power, they're just all silent. They're all silent. They don't have nothing to say. So polls, get ready. These votes are coming up. It's time for people to get busy and vote these clowns out of office. All the ones that are being quiet while all this stupidity is going on, they all need to be removed. They need to be removed from office. Vote them out. We're not picking up guns trying to go out and solve a solution. We're going to vote them out. Vote them out of office. Get rid of them. Vote them out. So, we can try to nip this thing, and so it won't continue to happen. Those are a couple of topics. I'm going to come back to that one Thursday when I get the results from the shooting that happened in Florida. When I get the results for the store worker that was found guilty of murder for shooting the kid in the back for a $2 beer. His parents are really, really broken up, and wow, I can't imagine how bad that feels for a person that has kids. Only for one of your kids to get killed for something that's small as a $2 beer. It's not like that was the end of the world. The kid didn't have a gun. He didn't come in the store to rob you. He stole something, true enough, and I'm not discrediting that. He did steal, but he did not come in the store with force. He didn't forcibly rob you, but you did turn around and rob him of his life over a $2 item. And I really, truly want to see how much time this guy is going to get for what he did. And I'm hoping that the people in that city, in that little city where that store is, I'm hoping that they stop or have already stopped shopping at that store and basically, use the power of your dollars in that way and don't spend your money there. Don't patronize them. It's one of your people lost their life because of an overzealous cashier that decided he wanted to take the law in his own hands and be judge, jury, and executioner over a child, 12-year-old kid. So it's like, okay, be aware of your surroundings. And this is KP. Peace out.